Oh, God. Don't punch me in the bladder. For crying out loud. What are you thinking? I'm gonna give it. Here, he can have you. Enjoy. What are you doing in here? You're making a lot of noise. Why are we eating the couch? Hey, stop chewing on the couch. Bill, I do realize the entire couch has been destroyed by you cats. But let's not put gnaw marks in it, too. I made you a cat tree. Go play on it. That's what you claw. Working on that pasty leg vitamin D thing again this morning. There's like construction going on up the street. It's quite noisy. Ooh, pasty legs. Roaton, you are going to fry me. For those wanting to see more of the dogs, there's Goofy Pearl. She's a little on the spacey side. She has seizures. She's been on seizure meds for about 6 years. She's extremely intelligent, but there's something missing in there. Come here. Stop wagging your tail and just come here. Come on. Bring it here. Good. Catch it up. Catch it up. I guess. Come on. Give. That's the neighbor dog. Should have come and done this at 10 o'clock this morning. I think it's like 78 degrees. It's gotten warm all of a sudden. Hey look, it's spring. Things are green. Yay for green. Hope you can hear me okay. The road noise is really loud today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something I call worry points. So I've mentioned this before, but you know, I have a long history with chronic pain, muscle pain, tension, that kind of thing. One part in getting better for me has been tackling things that cause me stress. Stress for me translates into muscle tension, and muscle tension of course translates into pain. So you know, it's one thing to say I need to reduce my stress, but really almost anything can cause me stress if I want it to. I could worry about the color of the carpets all night long and cause muscle tension if I let it. So I've had to learn how to identify stress points and walk myself out of them or solve them so they're no longer a problem. I call them my worry points. Apparently I need to walk slower. So anywho, let's say I find hang-ups, things that I find myself thinking about way too often, or if I am having trouble sleeping, or if I'm procrastinating something, that's another one. Those are all signs I have a worry point. I have something I need to work on. It could be things that I have control over or things I don't. For the things I don't have control over, or a very small amount, I have to identify it. And then I usually create some sort of mantra that walks myself out of it. Like, let's say, I'm the oldest sibling, so I tend to have that motherly instinct and want to solve everybody's problems and help everybody out and that can create problems for me. I try and come up with a mantra that walks myself out of that. If I catch myself thinking about X person's problem, I remind myself this is not my problem. It is their decision. The best thing I can do is whatever. And it could be call them often, give them support. Could be go visit them, pass on some information, or it could be just best thing for me to do is move on and let them make their decision. So that's how I walk myself through problems that are not my own. Or then I start saying that little statement or mantra every time I catch myself running down that train of thought. Okay, then there are the worry points of things that I have an impact on. So problems I need to deal with myself or my relationships or whatever. So what I do is I try and catch myself if I'm having a worry area. And then I try and implement some way to tackle it. It could be a very big problem. So maybe I just tackle a little bit. And then when that worry comes up later on, I can go, you know what? Yes, that is a problem, but I'm working on it with X. It could be a to-do list each day, or something I work on my 30-day challenges, or whatever that is. I definitely try and solve each of these. Now, there is no end point. I just have learned to identify my worry points and continue to work on them. I become more efficient. I do find I store that tension, and when I start finding myself hurting, I usually have something I'm not paying attention to. So then I kind of like, I'll go sit in a side room at the house that's quiet and kind of work through what's going on in my head and then implement a plan. Usually those end up being 30-day challenges or something along those lines. But that has probably been the biggest change to help me when it comes to my chronic health issues, is learning how to work through the negative trains of thought that can come up in my brain. You know, sometimes we stress about stuff. It's okay to worry, but it's not okay to keep worrying about it and do nothing about it. So, either walk yourself through it, implement some sort of plan of attack, even if it's just a small piece, and I bet you will learn how to lower your stress quite a bit. All those type of solutions equal a lot less pain. Whew. Alright, let's go up. I'm just amazed at how much the greenery has changed. It's only been like a week. Everything's like super green and blooming or about to bloom. It's been like a week since I was up here. It's amazing. I love spring. Spring is by far my favorite time. Green. Everything's budding and new. And sunny. I wanted to give you an example of how I solve worry things. Let's see, what's one of them that I've got a problem with? Right now, my career is kind of on hold. I don't want to do any major changes because we're trying to get pregnant. I'm working towards being more of a stay-at-home mom. So any big career changes I'm not really wanting to do right now. So it's kind of driving me crazy because I have all these things I want to work on or I feel would be helpful. And then there's the infertility questions and can I get pregnant or not? So I'm in a limbo right now that's just driving me crazy. So the best thing I can do is list the things that I can take care of and I have control of. So getting testing done and working on my health issues and things like that. As far as the career stuff goes, I've just kind of had to put that in a holding pattern. Just have to kind of repeat to myself, we'll tackle that when we get there. So I kind of have a mantra for that. And then I have the list of to-do list stuff for the pregnancy stuff. So that way I can kind of feel like I'm being productive and I'm moving towards it, even though I'm still in a limbo. It kind of helps reduce the stress aspect of it. So helps the sleep patterns, helps keep the muscle pains gone. If you find yourself dealing with chronic pain or other issues like that, chronic procrastination is another one, start learning to find the worry points and work yourself through them towards something so you can start putting some of those to bed, and break the habit of constantly stressing and being more productive and moving forward. It's really, really helped me. Here's a funny thing. Even when I was 4 and 5 years old, I stressed over everything. So I basically carried that pattern into my adult life, which I think is probably what all my chronic pain and all that stuff stems from, is that laying down that thought habit of always worrying and stressing over everything for everybody, taking that all on for me. So I'm still a major work in progress, but that has been the biggest key to getting better for me. Alright, before the battery runs dead, thanks for listening. Let's get off this hill. I feel very slow and unproductive today. And of course, I don't even want to run downhill today. And some like 70-year-old dude just passed me running up this thing. One way to bring it back into perspective. Snap out of it, Aaron. I don't know if I have a case of the Mondays or what, but I just feel blah. What do you all see? You seem awfully intense. Is it a mouse or a bird? Because I have that silly bird feeder, we get mice a lot. Right in that area. It is a mouse. You guys were on point. What's he doing? Oh, he is attempting to figure out how to get up there. Oh, you little brat.